It's fine. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna start me?
Yeah, go ahead and begin.
Okay. So my name is Bridgett, and I have the Organic Gypsy. So if you look at this picture, that's me obviously sticking my head out of the food truck. And many of you might know of my business and think food truck, but we're also a lot more. So I'm gonna just talk a little bit about that. Hold on. Okay. So in 2012, we started, and so it did start with the food truck. So this is Big Blue, our food truck. As you can tell from our marketing, you know, slow food fast, farm to truck. Underneath the window, it says handcrafted and thoughtfully sourced. So this is definitely our main marketing points, is the food that you are getting from us is locally sourced. There's not necessarily the word healthy written on there, but a lot of times we have a lot of healthy options. And primarily we use the food truck for catering. That's like our honey hole of most of our revenue. It's kind of how we pay our bills all year round. And we also do some local events like Lunchtime Live, and we've been really successful at the night markets at Kalamazoo. And then in 2017, we added our coffee bar. This is Dottie, and it's a vintage trailer that we rehabbed, and Dottie's main purpose is to give something to market every single week in the summer. So the food truck is more catering, and Dottie's kind of that thing every week that I'm just like sending the message home, come to the farmer's market, you know, buy coffee, buy our pastries, you know, keep remembering us. And we also do catering with it as well for coffee and cocktails. We don't have a liquor license, but we're able to sell liquor that other people purchase. So, but there's more. So it's not just those two things, there's actually more. So what we do most of the year actually is we have a production kitchen located in South Portage, and that is the heartbeat of our business. And that is where all of the food is made, and really it's just served out of the mobile units or it's delivered. So in this heartbeat kitchen, I realized really quickly I needed a lot more revenue in the off season. So one of the first things I did is I started this super club. So it's considered a prepared food CSA. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the farm model, CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. Typically this would mean you pay the farmer ahead of time and you get a box of produce every week depending on what they have. So I'm changing this model to, you don't want, like maybe you want fresh produce, but I'm gonna make it more convenient. And instead of giving you fresh produce, we're gonna take the fresh produce that we get from our farmers and we're gonna prepare it so it's all ready for you to eat. And the biggest thing that I accomplished with this program is reducing our food waste. So there's a lot of talk, hopefully, especially in America, I would say that it's starting to get more traction, is this food waste topic. And we talk a lot about growing more food, and we have all of these starving people in our nation. And meanwhile, we are wasting about 40% of our food. So I'm really trying to target that 40% and minimize that as much as possible. And these prepared food CSAs accomplish that because they're all prepaid and pre-ordered. And we just finished this program 2 weeks ago. It's our salad days. So you get salads and healthy snacks. And greens are one of those things I found that I can buy wholesale, but you go to the grocery store, and I hear a lot from my clients, like, where did you get that lettuce? It was so good. And it's just higher quality than what you can buy at the store. And we're doing the things like toasting nuts and seeds and making yummy dressings that most people that want to be healthy and like eating salads, they're not doing that at their house. So we're offering that as a service. But it's the same model, buy ahead of time, pick up at a community location. And then our third thing that we do in the off season, this has gotten a lot more attention recently from COVID-19, and this is how I've really pivoted my business most recently to make up for the extreme loss that I am experiencing already from the COVID-19, is we deliver dinner. One of our hashtags we do is we do the dishes. So that's the big thing. You might get, you know, a HelloFresh box, and you have a ton of packaging. The ingredients are not local, and you still have to make dinner. So our whole thing is like, we are making dinner for you. And a part of that also is the sourcing and stuff, but it's really like you are buying to not prepare any food. And I just want to know who here believes this. So you can maybe get away with not eating breakfast. Okay. Like that's totally fine. You don't eat breakfast. Let's say lunch comes around. You can eat a granola bar, but I'm talking about dinner. And everybody that wants to eat healthy, you have to eat dinner, and you can't really get around it. And with that, it's like, okay, so you made dinner last night, but you have to eat dinner again tonight. It's like every single night, 7 days a week. And I don't believe that my customers believe, like I said, no one ever, who wishes that they spent more time cooking? Even if you enjoy cooking, it's still a burden, especially if you want to cook healthy, fresh food. It just takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of planning. So that's where we come in. And so now, especially with this COVID-19 thing, there's a lot of people delivering dinner. But I want you to, so this is Jack Brown, and his wife is named Jill, so it's Jack and Jill Brown. They are in Pawpaw, and this is just one of the many amazing suppliers that I use. We get all of our honey and maple syrup from them. So it's a small, this is one of my small producers I don't buy that much from, but it's an example of, it was a really good picture that I liked, so I wanted to use it, but it's an example of what we're doing to change the food system. And this is Norm, this is my meat supplier. So there's a lot of people, this farm to table movement is, because it's popular, it's one of the food trends, that, there might be a restaurant or a catering company that buys some local basil, or maybe they get some local greens, and then all of a sudden they're a farm to table restaurant. And I am just driving this message home constantly on our social media. Like, a lot of transparency about, this is what we're buying and this is where it is. This is what percentage of all this food that we made is truly local. And that is one of the ways I'm really trying to kind of change the food system. And this is the thing that really, this is a differentiator for us. So a lot of people might deliver dinner, even if it's prepped like ours, but I don't know of another company that's delivering it with the high quality, like true local integrity that we have. And that is what I feel like we are really contributing to our community, is the support of farmers, the reduction of food waste, the healthy options. And so that's really what we're trying to do. And this has come to light a little bit more with the issue. For those of you that don't know, there's been a lot of issues with meat plants across the nation. But this picture is Norm. This is where we get all of our meat and our eggs. And that's not just for the picture. Those chickens live outside. And a lot of people think, and they want to believe, that the food they buy at the grocery store is from a place like this, but it's not. And I've been to those places, and it's like a tragedy of the way that we eat in this country. But so those are a couple of our little marketing, my little marketing shtick. How much time do I have left?
You're pretty much done, so go ahead.
Okay. I pulled this up in case you're interested. So these were my 2019 numbers for the percentage of sales, because I know I talked a lot about, does this count as my presentation? It's kind of over. But this is here if you have questions about it.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
Good job, Bridget. Okay, everyone, it is question and answer time.